Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, it's Friday, and the Friday feeling is flowing. The radio was playing some top tunes this morning, and I'm ready for another day. It's going to be a good day today, ladies and gentlemen. Today also marks the first day where I'm tactically selecting what clothes to wear based on the fact of whether or not I would like to take it on holiday with me, because this officially won't be washed in time. So, from now on, I'll be wearing subpar clothing that I don't want to take on holiday. But otherwise, I didn't get to sleep last night until like 10 to 2, but got up fine this morning, got ready, headed on in to work. I left a little bit earlier because there was a lot of traffic yesterday. Today, no traffic at all, radio blaring, living the fucking dream. I'll just lock the phone, lock the car while I'm in it still. But yeah. Otherwise, today I need to write my queries, my database queries. I've got to just make sure that they work and try and do them nicely before I start running them. So, we'll see. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I'm on track. All I need to do is literally, basically run it, and then we'll just see how much it cuts down, and we'll see if I have to do it again for another set. Which will be intriguing. Otherwise, though, I think we do have a training meeting at some point today. I don't think I've got any other meetings. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good day. Let's bounce, ladies and gentlemen. I do actually need to unlock the car. The car is definitely... Does it know that I'm inside? If I lock that from the outside, does that light still flash up? The answer is yes, and that's very strange. And ladies and gentlemen, time jump. Today has been a pretty hectic day. As I was walking into work, I walked in like with someone who sits on my like benches, and he helped me with the stuff that I was doing yesterday. So I thought that I knew what I was doing. And I said, like, I think I've wrapped my head around it. I think I'm just about to, like, I'm selecting all of the things. I figured out how to select all the things that I want to update. I'm just going to update them. But I was looking through the code and it seems to update this object. And I wondered whether I would still have to update that object, or whether, like, it was basically, it didn't matter if it was updated or not. Like, does that object get persisted beyond the realm of the task that I'm doing and then get used elsewhere? And that opened a can of worms because it discovered that I didn't quite know what I was doing, and it like raised the complexity considerably because it meant having to update a load of other things. At the same time, I then spent, I was like, okay, so that makes sense. So I looked through the code, figured out that I was using an ID to match up with that one. The ID on the thing that I was using was the same as the ID on the thing that I want to update. They like linked. So all I need to do is write a script that would be able to go through and figure that out. Sorted. Not a problem until I run it and it finds nothing because it's a different ID. Quick glance at the database, I'm like, I have no idea what ID this is. Look up, and then as I look up, the guy that helped me earlier stands up, walks off to have lunch, and then he's in meetings all afternoon. So I'm diving through the database trying to find out what links these two things. Essentially, there's a base class that all like items of this kind derive from, and I kind of jumped from this class here to this class here, and I had no idea how. The code seems to do it by reflection, and I don't know how to infer that kind of thing. And I look into the database, and it just kind of says is readable, but it doesn't have any data on it, and I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely no idea, until the last 15 minutes when this guy came along, and he was like, oh right, so that means you need to do da-da-da-da. Comes to the database, like dives through like 5 different tables that I didn't even see. Because obviously databases are never clean, are they? So there's like linked off in tables that the names don't really make sense. And he showed me how to link these objects, so I now know how to link them. I still need to select them out and I still need to update them. So it's a bit of a day of chasing my own tail. I've had a good look around and a good rummage in the database, which is interesting. But beyond that, it's quite a. It was kind of a bit of a bad day progress-wise, but I was doing quite well. I thought I was enjoying it. It was just frustrating that I'm not doing great on this task, and there's a chance that I'm not going to be able to finish it before I go away on holiday either, which is irritating to say the least. Otherwise, at work, we had a meeting because we're going to Git on Monday from SVN, or we're moving all the legacy code. We've been using Git like we have on the tutorials since we started, but all the source code and stuff, which we've only just started to touch, is now moving to Git. So we had a session on how great Git is, and I've never been to a session about how great Git is without something going horrendously wrong. Like really simple commits just fucking up and like having to be rebased and all this kind of crap. Never happened in the slightest. And people saying, oh, it's ridiculously fast, and then it takes like 10 minutes. It's great. So that was fun. But yeah, it's one of them things. I think Git is one of them things that people like emphatically love, and I mean it's all right. Like, I'm not massively attached to it. It's just like, yeah, okay, well, it has got problems though, right, guys? You see the problems, yeah? You realise that it's not quite as rosy as you make out. You make out that you never have to merge, and that's just not true, is it? Let's be honest. So that was intriguing, as per usual. There's something else I was going to mention about Git. Oh, also, they say that like you have to use you basically have to use a command line. Like, try to stay clear of the GUIs because the GUIs aren't very good compared to the command line. The command line is the best way to do it. And if you know someone with that opinion, or if you are that person, ask yourself why. Why is it that the command line is better? Like, what is the advantage apart from I feel cooler typing in and hacking into the command line rather than clicking a button? Because the way I see it, a GUI has a button, so I don't have to type in that string. It also has verification on everything, so it makes sure that I do things, i.e. it makes sure that I have messages and shit like that. And it's all done here, instead of like, oh, I've got to write a commit message, oh, that means it opens up this thing, oh, I've got to do a merge, that means I've got to do this thing in this program, or you just fucking do it in a program that's been designed to do that. And the rare, very rare cases where shit hits the fan so badly that the GUI doesn't implement the things that you need, they are few and far between, I would edge to say. Yes, otherwise, came back home, got back, sorted out my daily vlog, and then Laura came back and said that she'd bought something in town, and she bought the wrong one, so she needed to take it back. So we drove into town quickly. She swapped it. She didn't get what she wanted, but she'll get that at some point. She just got a refund for the thing, which was cool. Came in here, we had Roman pasta for dinner, which is always lovely. And then we've kind of been pottering a bit. I pottered around while watching Question Time with old Corbs and Mr. Smith, which is fun. I really got into politics recently. I really enjoy it. And I really find it funny watching those kind of things, specifically for a couple of reasons. Because obviously, I like watching things where there's only one party so that I have two people from Labour, because they demonise absolutely everything anyone else ever does. If you put that person in the same room as the other people, everyone kind of says the same thing. Everyone kind of has the same policies, apart from edge cases, or we're going to focus on this, and someone would focus on this, but really they all want the same thing. At the end of the day, the two main parties are basically the same party, apart from Corbs' far, lefter than centre, left style. But then you really get to see how they demonise one side to the other when there's just the two people, and I really like watching people say, "You okay, Robert?" I really like watching people try and answer questions without really saying anything. They don't really answer the question, they just kind of say some words that are emotive and make you have a feeling and make you think they've said something impressive when they haven't. I really like that. And then we sorted out a clothes wash, and we watched Stranger Things, which is eating up. I'm telling you, the people, the characters on Stranger Things, either I'm a coward, or they are some serious balls. Because they do some shit that I would never fucking do. And they're like kids. I would never, in a million years, get even into the position you're in, let alone be in the position you're in and then do the thing you're about to do. It's crazy. But yeah, otherwise though, we're now heading to bed. I'm not particularly tired, but we have a busy weekend ahead of us. Tomorrow I've got to get up early because I've got to go get my hair cut. Not necessarily because it's too long, but because we're going on holiday, and because in the afternoon we're driving back to Nottingham because Laura is running her half marathon in Nottingham on Sunday, the day after this gets uploaded. I will leave a link in the description for her donation page. We've beaten the target that we initially raised, because, thank you very much again, Chris, because of, like, so we've done really, really well, essentially, which is incredible. We're really impressed with how far we've got. Well, I say we, Laura is. And if you guys would like to donate, then it's for a good cause. I know it's trained really hard for it, and we'll both be very happy when it's all over. But yeah, so tomorrow the plan is to go into town, get my hair cut, sort some stuff out, come back here. Laura's also getting a haircut, and then we are driving back at some point to Nottingham for the weekend. Come back Sunday. The awkward thing is that this is our last weekend before we go on holiday, so there are some things that, like, you would normally do in that time frame, which we can't do. Like, it's going to get really busy really soon now, which is kind of irritating because I want to, like, spend some time doing programming and stuff, and I kind of want to stay up tonight. I'm not really that tired, but I can't see myself getting much done over the weekend. But it's life, innit? That's life. I've logged 8.5 hours on my main project, only 20 minutes on my other one because I haven't done it. So I've cruised past 7.5 hours with 3 days to spare. It's just the other project, balancing that in. It's going to be interesting, especially if it becomes awkward to do it on the Surface Book. However, I guess, like, the core of it, like, essentially only the top layer app is difficult to run. The rest of it can all be developed on the go. We'll see. But anyway, time to go to bed. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. We are, yeah, like I say, links down below. Thank you very much, everyone who have already donated and stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'll be there, as will all of Laura's family, so I'll see how much I can vlog, but we'll see. Also, yeah, I'll catch you later.